morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Where's your coat, man? You tough guy. Good morning. Good morning.
Every morning at 7:30, you can find Steve Perry here.
How's everything?
He's the principal of Capital Preparatory Magnet School in Hartford, Connecticut.
What's up, Chief?
Each and every day, he and Vice Principal Rich Bagansky greet each student as they walk through Capital's doors.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Perry.
Steve Perry founded the school 4 years ago.
How we doing, sir?
He has the highest expectations of all his students. It's the Capital Prep way.
Those earrings out, please.
For Perry, being a principal is all about the details.
Mr. Carter, you gotta be kidding me. That's the fastest you can move, son?
From uniform inspections.
Where's your blazer, son? Okay. Having it's not enough, right? Put it on.
To morning staff meetings.
I know there are quite a few who've not done curriculum mapping.
It all matters.
No, I don't, Mr. Then keep your mouth shut. I didn't even do anything. Just keep it shut.
Why so strict?
The details matter.
Why?
That's what they're there for.
Wait, your shirt's tucked in, it matters?
It absolutely matters.
Why?
Because it's a presentation of yourself. No one's gonna be happier to hand you a diploma than I would be. Or more hurt if you don't get one.
And Perry's high expectations
Close the door, please.
achieve the near impossible, an almost 0% dropout rate.
We have a school that is designed to send children to college. If we don't send children to college, we are not doing our job.
How many of your kids go to college?
Well, 100% of our graduates go on to college.
100%.
100%.
Every child who graduates.
Every child who graduates from Capital Prep goes on to a 4-year college. Period.
In the past 4 years, Capital Prep has graduated 80 students from high school onto college. Nationally, black students are 12% less likely to enter college than white students. So how has Steve Perry been so successful at Capital Prep, a school that's almost 85% black and Latino?
Okay. What we do right is we design a school that's year-round. We have a longer school day. What we do right is we go to school on Saturdays. What we do right is work hard to get children to a place where they need to be.
That place is college.
We're -32.
Capital doesn't just prep students for college, it literally brings college to its students. The school shares space with Capital Community College, and that brings all kinds of benefits.
We looked around and thought that we could create an opportunity to send children to college by extending the college's offerings down. We're also in a partnership with them where we have our students are able to take college classes while they're still in high school.
It felt good, you know, going to a college class. I'm like, okay, maybe I am kind of cut out for this.
Integrative is to do what?
For 18-year-old Glorious Menifee, it was exactly the encouragement she needed.
Did it make you think, I'm college material?
It did. It did. Every single day. Every day I went to that class, every test we took, every exam, every midterm, and every A, every B, every A, every B.
Instead of taking advanced placement courses, students can enroll in college-level classes at Capital Community College. It's all part of Steve Perry's strategy for success.
What we're able to show a college is that we have a child who has the capacity to do well in college. How do you know? Their test scores don't say that. I can't do anything about test scores. That was prescribed based upon their economics and race and all those other things. So what can you show us? I can show you they can do well in college classes. Here's their GPA from college. We have proof that they can do well in college, and that's what they need.
And I will be showing the movie The Notebook.
This semester, Glorious is taking 2 college classes,
She can't see him anymore.
film studies and biology.
Detect stimuli.
Everyone has a certain goal, and that goal is to go to college. So when you kind of hear it, it's like, it spreads like wildfire, like, I'm going to college. No, I'm going to college. No, I'm going to college.
Thank you.
But Glorious's biggest inspiration is her principal.
You don't need to dance today? No. You sure? Okay.
The kids at Capital Prep love Steve Perry.
I'm really proud of you. Good job, for real. Good job.
Because he understands what many of them face. Perry's own childhood was rough.
You're a bad kid.
Oh, for sure.
What'd you do?
I got kicked out of my preschool. Who gets kicked out of preschool? Like, you can't get kicked out of preschool. You can laugh, that's all right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. What were you doing?
Cussing a lot.
As a preschooler?
Yeah, and fighting a lot. By the time I was in 3rd grade, I had to stay back. I had been retained. I had to be a principal at some point or prisoner because I spent more time in the principal's office, I think, than the principal. But it just came to a point where it wasn't cool anymore.
How many kids at Capitol Prep are basically like you? I mean, do you walk down the halls and say, I see me in this kid?
What I see is a lot of kids who came from the same circumstances as I am. Grew up in a housing project. I was born on my mother's 16th birthday. The 3rd generation in poverty. There's not a long physical distance between my house now and where I grew up, but they're miles apart in terms of just my lifestyle. Poverty's character-building potential is far overrated. I hated being broke. We make jokes about government cheese and other government surpluses that we would have, but I didn't really like it. I didn't like living like that.
Perry grew up in the Rogers Road projects, just outside of Hartford.
Of the 100 families who lived in the same project that I did, I'm the only guy who I know who went on to college. That's it right there. Coming here today makes me want to get back to work and do what I do and give every single one of these kids a legitimate fighting chance.
After earning a bachelor's degree, Perry went on to earn a master's degree in social work and a PhD in education. But it was the lessons he learned early on that helped him with the biggest challenge of his life, opening a school.
This is where we played. This was the place where football, baseball, any sport that they could put together, anything that we could play was here. The only way to win was to play longer and harder than anybody else. You let people know that you don't come to lose. So when they told me I couldn't open a school, every single person told me no, except for the last person. That's all I was looking for was one yes, and I got it. And for me, that's what I bring. I'm gonna play hard until I win. There are 100 families here, 100 different people. And somehow, some way, I got this chance. I'm the one who's in a position to open a school and provide them with an opportunity. I'm not pulling up the bridge behind me. I'm strengthening it. I'm undergirding it. I'm doing what I have to do to make sure that bridge can be easily traveled by more people.
When we come back, you sound really angry.
I am angry.
What makes Steve Perry so mad?
In a perfect world,
no one would dare tell me
you're too young to understand, when in fact, I understand anger. I understand pain. I understand hope. I understand change.
So as it turns out, I'm not too young after all.
It's before dawn, and Principal Steve Perry is already on the job.
What's up, Sleeping Beauty? Okay, I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Some quick goodbyes to his wife and sons, and he's out the door.
I wake up at 4:45 in the morning and I drive kids to school.
You take kids to school?
I do.
In your car?
I have to.
You pick them up?
Every day.
Why? You're the principal.
I know. I'm the bus driver in the morning, though. And if you walk the halls, I'm picking up papers. I'm the custodian. You do what you got to do to get it done.
And Perry's students are getting it done.
What's up, Chief?
Connecticut has one of the largest achievement gaps in the country. Black students, on average, are 3 grade levels behind white students. But every day, Perry and the students at Capitol Prep defy the numbers.
Okay, sweetie, after you finish, it's all set for you.
Students like 18-year-old Glorious Menifee.
I want to succeed. I want to make it. At the end of the day, it's all about me and my goals and my determination and my success and what I want to make my life out to be.
Good day.
Glorious is a high school senior, A solid B student, she's a cheerleader, a peer tutor, and plays on the lacrosse team. Here, in downtown Hartford, at Capital Preparatory Magnet School.
Good morning. What's up, party people?
Today is the school science fair. A real feat, considering the school doesn't have science labs.
They look like them. We have the stools, and we have the long tables. We don't have any water in them.
There's no Bunsen burners.
No, there are no Bunsen burners. I think I saw somebody with a match one day, though.
I'm laughing, but it's very dire. How do you do science with no science equipment?
I don't know, but we do it because we have teachers who are willing to get in there and figure out another way to get it done.
All right, so those are examples.
It's public school funding with a prep school attitude. The school is highly sought after. This year, there are 2,000 kids on the waiting list, hoping to be picked for one of Capital Prep's 40 available seats. 40 seats in the entire 6th through 12th grade school. And once in, many of these students will have lots of catching up to do.
Many of them are reading at 3 and 4 grade levels below.
4 grade levels.
4 grade levels. So you figure 6th grade, many of them are coming in at 2nd grade level. It's even more compelling when you look at a child who comes in 4 grade levels below and they're a 9th grader. That means they have 4 years to get them to college. 4 years to get them to college.
Have you had students who've come in reading as 9th graders at a 4th grade level and you've sent them to college?
Yeah.
My numbers increased, correct? Yes. All right.
Steve Perry is convinced that successful schools like Capital Prep can be the norm. But he believes that can only happen with motivated teachers.
Open your books to page 102, please.
We don't have the time to send our children to short school years so that people can vacation. Our children need more education, not less. They need schools that are more compelling, not less. They need teachers who care more, not less. And we know that education is the great equalizer. And so our children are not getting the parts.
And his frustration isn't just with the teachers.
I'm trying to run a school, and I sure could use more parents at the PTO meetings. We should be in a situation where if we have 270 students, we have at least 540 parents there.
How many did you get?
On a good night?
Yeah.
25.
You sound really angry.
I am angry. For sure I'm angry. Do you understand what I'm giving up every single day?
For other people's children.
I see them as my children. Hello. Come on, we gotta go. Here, arms. All right, you ready?
Tonight is a typical night for Steve Perry.
Man.
Picking up his 2 sons, Mason and Walker.
You didn't see me this morning wake you up, Mason?
Meeting his wife, Lalani, so she can take them home.
Love you.
Love you too.
Then on to the football game to support his other kids.
Good luck, sir.
Do your parents do enough?
No, they don't. What really hurts me is when we had senior night and I look up into the stands and most of the adults that I see are faculty members.
Run, Michael, run! Run! Go!
Perry is used to the empty stands, and so is Glorious.
Kids kind of look to him to kind of be that fatherly figure. You know, you look in the stands, your mom and dad's not there, but there's Mr. Perry, you know, the principal.
At one point, school was the last thing on Glorious Menifee's mind.
-33.
By age 15, she was considering dropping out. Then she enrolled in Capital Prep.
Before Capital Prep, my main focus was just getting out the house. Just getting my GED, getting an apartment, just going.
She wanted out from a home where her parents' addictions meant chaos.
I joke around and say I have the best of both worlds, meaning I had a mom who was a drug user and a dad who was an alcoholic.
Glorious's mom, Susan, was on crack.
I used crack cocaine for 11 years. 11 years. 11 horrible years. In the beginning, it was a recreational thing, a suppression thing, and then it became a way of life for me.
Susan went to prison when Glorious was just 14.
I always felt alone. I always felt no one understood me. All these feelings that I've had, these mixed emotions that I've had, with being without my mom. So it is definitely unfair at times. But you just learn to kind of accept it and just go on, move on.
Glorious and her younger brother Corey were left to be raised by their grandmother, who worked full-time, and their father Ernie, whose drinking increased and temper grew worse.
I was what you would refer to as a verbal abuser, as far as when my drinking would happen, if I became upset. At one time, I thought my kids didn't like me because of my drinking. A lot of times my kids would tell me things that I said to them that I really didn't remember saying. And I think that was more hurtful than anything.
When my dad is sober, you see how much of a good person he could be. And then in a split second, or within an hour, you see this ugly side of him. And that's the hardest part, maintaining and juggling with that emotion, like how do I approach him?
I often say to children, you have to learn to play hurt. You want to sit, you want to cry? Then when you're done crying, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing's going to change. But you and I can work on something that's going to change it.
Steve Perry and Glorious have been working toward this moment since Glorious first entered Capital Prep's doors, her first college interview.
Talk about what you do well. Focus on the best that you have to offer.
Okay.
Let them know you're a hard worker, which you are.
Okay.
Let them know you're a considerate person, which you are, and that you're going to take very seriously your study of social work.
Okay.
Now it's all up to Glorious.
Gloria?
Yes.
Miss Jordan from Post University.
Hi,
Nice to
how are
meet
you? Nice to meet you too.
Hi, Summer Cerruto. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Next, Glorious's fate is decided.
I'm going to interview you, ask you some questions.
Glorious Menifee is nervous.
Okay.
She's in her first college interview, and the outcome could change her life.
Glorious has a lot to say about the struggles and obstacles that I've gone through throughout the years while attending Capital Prep.
What program are you thinking about going into? Do you have any idea?
Social work.
Social work.
Hopefully social work.
And why are you choosing that passion in your life for social work? What is drawing you to that?
Because of a personal experience. Social workers were in and out of my life all my life, basically. When I'm looking back on it and realizing a lot of things, they actually were there to help me. I would consider them saviors. Social workers are saviors.
How so?
They were kind of hope. They were very hope. Like, just looking at them being there was kind of someone cares.
Hope she wants to share with others.
So that's drawing you, and you have that passion now.
Definitely, yeah. I want to work with children and families.
Oh, good for you. I'm going to take a moment with Summer.
Would you like me to step out?
Yes, if you could, please. And then we'll bring you back in, and we'll see what we could do.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now all Glorious Menifee can do
oh, gosh.
is wait.
I need this, too. I need to get in to post. I hope I get in. Oh, my God. Because I've worked hard.
Glorious peeks inside and sees her college counselor meeting with the Post staff. For Glorious, the wait seems forever.
Oh, gosh. I'm about to cry. Oh, man. Oh.
Okay, you're gonna go back in. They're gonna ask you a couple more questions.
Okay.
I want you to be completely honest with them.
Okay.
As honest as you and I know about you and your situation.
Okay.
And they'll go from there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ask you a few more. They're like your shadow.
Right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Not gonna pass that on.
No.
All right, couple more questions for you.
And a few more questions about why Glorious's grades dropped during her sophomore year.
Okay, sophomore year. That is when the physical abuse kind of started and took its toll from my dad, from his alcohol abuse.
And it took a toll on your schoolwork?
On everything. I saw my dad and intercepted a blow from my dad.
Abuse, Glorious wrote about when applying to college.
It was to me a normal night. Dad drunk and my brother and I trying to avoid him, which seemed almost impossible. He pounded us with insults, intimidation, and then the fight. I grabbed the phone and called 911.
Despite desperately wanting to leave her home, the bond she shared with her brother Corey kept Glorious there.
I'll never forget the promise I made to my brother that day. I will always be there to protect him.
I'm going out on a limb here. I'm gonna give you an accept. We're gonna make it happen for you.
Okay.
Okay? Don't get upset. I'm gonna get emotional.
Okay.
You
Oh
deserve
gosh,
it.
thank you.
You worked hard.
Whew.
Congratulations.
Thank you so very much.
All right.
Oh, man. They're giving me a way out.
For Glorious Menifee, this is a dream come true. For Principal Steve Perry, this is his job.
You can't crack it, it'll mess up my clothes.
Yeah, I won't cry.
Anymore?
Anymore, right? Anymore. Oh, Mr. Perry.
Call your mother.
Okay, call my mom. Let's call Big Susie. Mom, guess what? I got in. Okay, I'm getting ready.
This is it. This is the day you waited for so long. I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
Love you too, Dad.
Now get yourself ready, for your mother has a panic attack.
Today, the Menifees are reunited as a family.
What time is the ceremony?
6 o'clock.
Do you ever feel that you have to push your parents out of your way to be successful?
A lot of the times I do, and it's hard. Because it's like I want my mom there. I've had like most of my childhood in 9th and 10th grade without her. So like now I'm like, I want her there. But I kind of have to have my own path.
Glorious Ashley Menifee.
In addition to Post University, Glorious was accepted to 3 other colleges.
I'm very proud of you. It is now my distinct honor to tell you to turn your tassels.
Glorious Menifee is part of Capital Prep's legacy of sending 100% of its graduates on to college. 100% of every class, every year.
Southern Connecticut State University.
Bethune-Cookman University.
Delaware State University. Loyola College.
American University.
Post University.
Connecticut State University.
And I'm going to Central Connecticut State University.